Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Throughout this series, a lot of characters, both good and bad, had an effect on Negan's narrative during his redemption arc. This included Alpha, who Negan tricked so that he could infiltrate her group by gaining her trust and then executing her to win himself a place on Alexandria's good side. For better or worse, despite having a redemption story, many fans still perceive Negan and the Saviors as the show's worst villains.
That is a no-no.
But some fans would claim that Alpha was much worse. Despite being a popular Walking Dead character since season 1, Morgan is a bit of a controversial topic in the Walking Dead fandom. Some people admired his personality and the interesting storyline, but there were others who claimed that he was a boring character who didn't really add any value to the plot. Fans also didn't really like his views on human life, saying that it caused more problems than needed. But the Morgan supporters, on the other hand, think that his plot is the most engaging. His downward spiral after his son passed away gave us an insightful look into the kind of mental state a post-apocalyptic world can cause you. No one really likes filler episodes. The ones that do are rare species on this planet. And The Walking Dead's filler episodes are probably one of the worst. But hear me out. Even though many fans think that some of these fillers were meaningless or boring, this might not be the case.
And I will spill every goddamn secret I know.
Despite their lack of value, several of these episodes were kind of important for character development. Or more specifically, in Season 4, Episode 12, Still, Beth was given more depth and appeal, while Daryl was given an important backstory. So the filler episodes weren't the best, but they weren't all that bad either. In the world of The Walking Dead, Negan is yet another controversial figure. Yes, I know we're back to Negan. But while some didn't really like his redemption arc, people did like his witty remarks.
So how about you put your helmet back on, tuck all that back away, and stop being such a distraction to the rest of us?
He had an interesting way with words, to say the least. Although a lot of people liked him for this, there were others who found it a little annoying. Negan had the ability to talk non-stop in a mocking way, which, in time, made it more and more repetitive and boring than hilarious. There were a lot of hated characters in The Walking Dead, but none of them could top Andrea. She was possibly the universe's most disliked character, and I'm not kidding. Some fans didn't like her as soon as she was introduced, while others thought she lost all appeal when she allied with the governor and chose not to kill him. A lot of people didn't agree with her choice, but despite some of her slip-ups here and there, she deserves some credit for her determination to live by using her own intuition and for being able to pick up skills required in a post-apocalyptic world. There's another divide in the Walking Dead fandom over Eugene's character. Many people will only recall him as the cowardly man who deceived others to survive. Others believe that the service he did for his community had atoned for his actions. Eugene's admirers feel that his contribution to the Savior's War is not given enough credit.
Eugene's a scientist, and he knows exactly what caused this mess.
He did betray his friends, but he was also the one to take down the villains. By sabotaging the Savior's ammunition, our protagonist actually managed to defeat them. Because of Eugene, a lot of people were saved, and some people actually think of him as a hero. Aside from some bad episodes in general, many fans despised the Reaper's storyline and thought it was pointless. It's also a speculation that this was all just a ruse for Maggie's character development. Every fan has a favorite argument, but this one actually isn't the most popular one. There is no doubt that the Reapers could have had a much better role, and they felt a bit underdeveloped, but the storyline wasn't completely pointless. Because of it, we got to see Maggie and Daryl in a conflict with emotional stakes. Not gonna lie, it was a bit of a roller coaster. The way Negan was introduced to us was, well, bad, but the Walking Dead universe has tried so hard to make us like him. In episode 22 of season 10, titled Here's Negan, it showed him as a caring husband who lost himself after the tragic death of his wife, Lucille. In Dead City, we also see Negan as a caring family man, even if he didn't have anyone anymore. Because of these episodes, some fans felt soft for the guy, while others weren't all too convinced. Even though all of this horrible stuff had happened to him and made him the way he was, it didn't excuse all the harm he had caused. Character deaths are notoriously used in The Walking Dead for shock value. There were fans who even knew that Negan would kill Glenn, based on the source material, but they were still shocked by the gore and suddenness of the scene. This is a bit of a tough topic among fans because some people really hate that he died, and even stopped watching the show because of it. I mean, for sure, Glenn's death was sad and heartbreaking, especially for his wife Maggie, but you can't deny that it made the series more interesting. Again, there were a lot of deaths in the show that weren't really necessary. Fans even started to expect tragic and sudden character deaths because it became a common theme in the franchise. But even though people expected it, it didn't mean they actually liked shock value deaths like Beth and Noah's. But even if fans hated sudden deaths, they also don't like plot armor for long-running characters. Even for favorites like Daryl and Michonne. But here comes the unpopular opinion. Shock value has become less shocking and more boring, and plot armor reduces tension. I mean, really, in a world where you are literally surviving a zombie apocalypse, it makes more sense that these people are used to dealing with danger rather than suddenly dying after years of surviving. So now that we went over all these unpopular, popular opinions, I'm curious, what are some of your hot takes on this series? Be sure to let me know in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.